about New Zealand? I mean, you guys are going through a golden age of New Zealand cricket. I've spoken to Kane Williamson, who happens to be a good friend of mine, as part of my show Backstage with Boria, and asked him this question: that what is it about New Zealand that every ICC tournament, either finalists or semi-finalists or winners, what is it about New Zealand? Can you tell me, how do you guys approach ICC competitions?
I think, well, first of all, New Zealand's a very small place. Obviously, only 5 or so million people here, and there's I suppose, an old saying that everyone knows everybody. And I think that's the uniqueness of the side, is that the guys in there have grown up playing cricket together for so long. We're all very, very good friends, and it's about working towards a common cause, and that cause is playing for each other. I think the ICC stages, T20 World Cups, ODI World Cups, the Test Championship, all these things are such a unique stage to, I suppose, do or die cricket, express ourselves, and just go out there and play each match as it comes. So, yeah, we have tasted some success. To be honest, it hurts me not to have lifted a white ball trophy so far, and it's definitely a big passion of mine and a big driver for what I still want to achieve in my career.
That was the next one. You actually anticipated that you've crossed the line in red ball. White ball, you've come as close as perhaps possible. All of us remember what happened some years back, again recently. So talk to me. I mean, you guys have been very close in white ball cricket. So talk to me about that a little bit more.
I think, it's a bit of heartbreak. Obviously, my first World Cup final was the one at the MCG 2015. I thought we were severely outplayed there. Against a good Australian side, and then I still struggled to talk about what happened at Lords, I suppose, in 2019, and then just recently what happened in the T20 World Cup. But looking forward and the opportunities that come with the T20 World Cup next year, a big ODI World Cup in India the following year, and it looks like it's moving to the West Indies / the USA in a few years' time. So, there's always an opportunity, but like I said, it's a big driver for why I'm still playing, and I couldn't think of a better feeling to lift such a significant trophy in the years to
come. Trent, you alluded to this point in your first answer about New Zealand and the bonding. How have you dealt with these issues of bubble life, bonding? Recently, I was speaking to Clive Lloyd, for example, and he was telling me that, look, you should also look at it the other way, that in a bubble, when you mix with your teammates, it also helps in team bonding. How do you look at bubble life, and how have you coped with it?
Yeah, it's been a big struggle, to be honest. New Zealand's, right down in the bottom corner of the world as we look at it. And, the big trips that we, I suppose, embark on. Just recently with the IPL, the World Cup, a tour of India, I was away pushing 4 months, and got a couple of young children that obviously miss their father when he's away, and a very forgiving wife that I suppose allows me to go out and chase my dream of playing cricket around the world. But I don't think it can continue on for too long. It is a long time to just be moving from the stadium back to your room and watching Netflix and reading books and playing the guitar as such. But it's a great lifestyle that I've been lucky enough to have over the last 10 years of my international career. So I definitely count myself very fortunate to get the chances I have.
Going forward, you will watch Amazon Prime Video, because now all of New Zealand cricket will be on Amazon Prime Video. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's very exciting. It's a big deal. It's nice to, I suppose, share our New Zealand cricket broadcast around the world. Hopefully get a lot more people watching it. As you mentioned, there's a lot of fans of the way we play cricket, and it's an exciting partnership for the Black Caps, the White Ferns, and New Zealand cricket as a whole. So, no, very exciting.
Trent, coming to India, I mean, the thoughts about India, because again, as I said, fans adore you in India. I remember that particular catch in the IPL. Talk to me a little bit about India, the culture, the amount of love you get in India. Thoughts about playing in India?
Yeah, it's obviously a great place to go. The culture, the passion that the Indians, I suppose, show for the love of cricketers and the game that I love. I first went to Chennai actually in 2008. I would have been nearly 18, and my mum suggested that I just take a taxi from the airport and get to the hotel and make sure I ring when I get there safely, because cell phones weren't around as such for a 17-year-old there. And I think looking back from 2007 when that was, the country has evolved. So many things have changed, but that underlying passion that the Indians, possess for cricket is just phenomenal. So it's always a great place to tour.
That's interesting. And, in the course of the past 5 minutes, you've mentioned your mum, you've mentioned your wife. Talk to me a little bit about Trent, team Trent Boult, because these are questions that we don't know, because the amount of struggle a family goes through. I've got a young child. You mentioned you've got two young children. Talk to me about Team Trent Boult. Let's celebrate them a bit more. They also consume you on Amazon Prime more than they see you these days because of COVID. So talk to me about your family and a little bit about how you are as a person.
It sounds like it's a question for my teammates or maybe my wife to answer, but seeming they're not here, I do like talking about myself, which everyone will say. So, I think I want to be the guy that plays the game with a smile on my face, and it's probably the way the kid played it up at my mum and dad's house with my older brother when I was a bit younger, and that was about having fun and trying to get the best out of myself and get the best over my brother at the time, and that's really what's carried through. And I suppose you grow up and you experience such games, the highs and lows that come with the trade. But I think a big lesson is having those two young kids that I've mentioned about. I want them to grow up and watch their dad play the game, and I want them to point out and say that he's the guy out there having fun and with a smile on his face. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Fabulous, fabulous. And I hope that wish comes true. And also they should say, you know what, here's my dad lifting a World Cup trophy. I hope that happens. Trent, two questions on India. I mean, when you talk about the Mumbai Indians in recent times, it's been Boult and Bumrah. Whether you talk of an IPL final, Boult and Bumrah. Talk to me about bowling with Jasprit, and you've seen him very closely. What is it that stands out about Jasprit Bumrah?
Yeah, that guy is phenomenal. I've really enjoyed the partnership and the friendship that I've created with him over the last couple of seasons. I've done a lot of meet and greets and a lot of Zoom and virtual kind of meetings and media sessions and talking about him. And he's just a smooth operator. He's very clear on what he tries to do. And I always joke that he seemed to have made my job a lot easier as well, because he was just so accurate and precise at the end with the death bowling that he offers. And he's definitely destined for big things. And that whole franchise as a whole, it's been a great learning curve, a great experience to, I suppose, see how Mumbai operates. And 100%, I hope I get the chance to play for them again in the future. Fingers
crossed that happens. And a word on Rohit Sharma. Now that he's India's white ball captain, he's been your captain in the franchise for several years.
Yeah, the hitman, as he's known as, definitely one of my most favourite players to watch. And I do enjoy bowling against him. It's why I play the game, to challenge myself against the best players. But definitely sitting back in the changing room and seeing him go about the thing, his way of playing over the last couple of IPLs is pretty astonishing. And he'll take the reins and lead a very strong Indian side towards many a victory, I'm sure. And I look forward to taking them on at some point.